What inspires change? What motivates us? It's what's inside that moves us. What moves you? Get the Scion story at Scion.com.
At the height of Typhoon Francisco, over 1,200 Guam residents utilized designated emergency shelters at Guam's public schools. It was a little more than anticipated, as only 6 schools were initially designated as public shelters: Machinano Elementary, FBLG Middle, Estumbo Elementary, GW High, Talafofo Elementary, and Maritzo Elementary schools. But within a few hours of being open, some schools had already reached capacity, forcing some families to be turned away. As a result, more public schools were opened up for shelter. Estumbo shelter manager Dexter Fullo.
Most of the people are kept in the cafeteria, but some large families have been provided classrooms. Families with 20 or more, we put them in the classrooms just so they can be together. The capacity for this school is at 300 based on the report that I saw. When I had made a shift change with first shift manager, the original count was at 371. There were, according to the shift manager, several families that were turned away late last night, and we ended up sending them to Maria Joa.
In addition to Estumbo, Machinano and FBLG also reached its full capacity. Upi Elementary School was opened up to accommodate more residents. Jean Garita was one of those who sought shelter at the public schools. She says her home is prone to flooding, so she took her family, including 10 children, to the Estumbo shelter. Garita says she brought everything she could think of, from blankets and pillows to snacks and food that could last them for a week.
I don't know how long it would take for, us to get back to normal, but...
What made you go here?
Oh, the safety of my kids. The safety.
Another resident, Doris Gogui, explains she too sought shelter at Estumbo with her family. Living with an illness, Gogui says she was concerned that she would not be able to care for her children and grandchildren at her home.
In case it does get worse, with my illness, I can't turn around and start grabbing these grandkids once the wind starts blowing harder. So, like I was telling these guys as a joke, that if it gets worse out there and I'm out there, my grandkids, I can't grab each hair and stuff like that. So I decided to come over here because of them.
For the most part, Gogui says she's grateful that she had a place to keep herself and her grandchildren safe during the typhoon, but admits that it was uncomfortable trying to sleep among other families and men.
There were some people already who had some spots here, the good spots, but so they gave me this spot here, and then all of a sudden late last night became real packed, and I couldn't even sleep because I got grandkids and there's a lot of male adults coming in and out, and that's my fear.
Fullo notes that for the most part, everything ran smoothly. He says there were no major concerns or issues throughout the night, and everyone was cooperative.
Currently, right now, all we're doing is providing shelter to make sure they're safe and they're okay. We're waiting for guidance from Homeland Security and Civil Defense if there's any other services we need to provide.